Well, it's Ducks here again, and I know you've all been missing my intelligence and my good looks. You can see I've done my hair all special for you. I've had a beer, and I'm a little bit relaxed, and so here we go. What I wanted to talk to you today, once again, much to my mate's delight, I'm going to talk to you about bolts, threads, cap heads, metric, and I'm going to try and keep it short so I don't get you wobbling on like an old bugger. This on me jumper, by the way, is not dandruff, it's sawdust. Anyway, I was working on a bike the other day, and I took the exhaust mount off the side, and the exhaust mount was bolted into the side of the gearbox. And anyway, I went to pull the cap heads, what hold it, out of the gearbox. And the first thing I noticed, much to my delight, is that the Allen key, what should have done the job, is I'll try and show you, way small and sloppy in there. And I went, here we go. That's the first sign that Brian and Trevor have been in there, because this is the right size one, cap head. It's called a cap head bolt, Allen key cap head bolt, right? And if you look at that, right, see how that goes in there nice and snug and there's no wobble, okay? And then I picked up me, and then in this one, like I say already, it's, so basically somebody has put a metric bolt, metric cap head into a UNC or a UNF place. Now, on previous videos I've explained this. UNC and UNF are United Nations thread, and I think it goes back to the World War II, where basically the British and the Americans just needed their bits to be able to swap during the war, so they decided to come up with this thread. But basically, if it's American, like an American bike, the thread in it should be UNC, which stands for United Nations Course, or UNF, United Nations Fine. C for course, F for fine, right? And if I hold one of these up, if I hold both of these up, right, and I lay one across the other, see how the threads, they look the same with your naked eye, but when you lay them on top of each other, right, you can't get them to mesh properly. And that's because they're two different, one's metric and one's imperial, right? And I know, now, you look at this, these are both UNC. Now, you see how the straight away, there's no gap between them, you see? So you know you got the right one. Now, I know what's happened on this bike, right? Old mate wanted to put different exhausts on, and they went to put the clamp onto the gearbox, and they didn't have the right length bolts. And then one thing or another, I don't know what's quite happened, but anyway, they've ended up with these metric cap heads. So I say to you all there, if you guys don't know, to find out whether you've got the right one, you measure the outside of here, and normally you do that with verniers, right? And these are verniers, you see. And you open up your verniers and you measure the outside of the bolt like so, right? See? On there it will give me a measurement like so. If I put that in there, right? And then I measure the other one, right? And if the outside, what they call in my trade, the OD, the outside diameter, is different, like this one is saying 7.59, and this one is saying 7.60, right? You see, it's so close, right? But here's the trick. You lay one over the top of the other. If they don't mesh in, right, you've got the wrong thread. Now, it's important when you put these brackets into gearboxes and you discover, hey, the bolts are not long enough, I need to get longer bolts, take a bolt with you to the bolt shop, and make sure that it lays into each other. See how that lays in? Oh, look at that. There's no gap between, no air gap. So, anyway, I can hear my mates waffling on, getting up there again. I hope this helps, you know. Basically, so much damage happens by putting these wrong bolts in there. I've now got to go and put a tap into these holes and tap them, and hopefully they haven't done too much damage in the gearbox on the mounts, if you get my drift. Anyway, I hope this is helpful. And you're enjoying life and staying happy. Ducks is out.